here on Ujima Radio. I'm really looking forward to introducing my next guest because she's actually live in the studio. Oh my days, I'm so excited. I've only had like a couple of live guests since COVID, so you know it's I've actually got to look at somebody. Oh my days. But yes, no, I'm really excited. She hails from Manchester. She's living in Bristol now. She's an incredibly talented singer-songwriter, but she's also the finalist for Mrs. Africa, and it is none other than, drumroll please, Vanessa Bright. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Miranda.
Welcome to The Word.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Can I just say how beautiful you look? You've got, explain to our listeners what you're wearing.
Sure. So as a Mrs. Africa finalist, I've got my sash on. It actually has written on it Mrs. Africa finalist of 2022. And it's encrusted with the diamante bits on it, gold.
It's bling.
Yeah,
it's bling. Full on bling. It's amazing. It looks stunning. Absolutely stunning. So when I was introducing you earlier before you got here, I was explaining how, you're a talented singer-songwriter and that you also made it to the final. And I was like, do you know what? It's not my usual type of guest talking about pageantries and like that. But you're trying to get a sort of a different stance on it and maybe change stereotypes and the myth about it. What's that about?
Yes. Yeah, totally. So this pageant, the Mrs. Africa UK pageant, totally different to your traditional pageants where you don't have to be a size 0. You don't respond with I want world peace. And it's more inclusive to women who are, so firstly the entry criteria is you've got to be 30 plus of African origin. So I'm representing Mauritius, so for all the Mauritians out there, hi.
I love that.
As well as Bristol, of course. And also it focuses on how women are empowered, how they empower themselves, how they carry themselves, and how intelligent they are as well, which really goes against the whole kind of traditional rules of pageantry. Because if I'm going to be honest with you, pageantry is always something that I looked at on TV. There was a film called Miss Congeniality with Sandra Bullock in it. I don't know if you've heard of that.
Yeah, I've seen it.
And some of those characters in there, the ditzy ones in particular, they're actually real.
Yeah.
And I saw that and thought, I never want to enter that. But when I saw this pageant and the lady who runs it, her name's Yanela, she has 2 autistic boys, and she's actually a Miss South Africa finalist for Miss World.
Yeah.
And she saw through her journey how unjust everything was in that, it wasn't inclusive to women. And why not celebrate all shapes and sizes? Why do you have to be a size 0? It should be inclusive.
Who made the decision that that's what beautiful is? That's,
yes. Yeah. So that's what I love about this. And I get to be me in it because my take on life is very much all about tapping into authenticity. Nice. And this is where the music comes in, which I can discuss. That's me being my authentic self. And during the day, I'm a life coach as well. That's my other job. Yeah. So many hats.
You're oozing confidence, and it's coming off you in waves. It's amazing. But yes, so exciting to have you on the show and just discover a little bit more about you. So when did this happen that you started to enter the pageant? Is it in the last couple of years or?
No, it's recently actually. It's probably around 6 months ago now. It's gone really fast.
Yeah,
actually.
I guess because nothing would have happened in the pandemic. So yeah, how did you? I mean, it's just one of those things, isn't it? You just think, wow, what do you have to do and what do you have to wear? And tell us a little bit about what actually happens at the event.
Yeah. So in terms of the build up to the event, firstly, is that we all have it's an empowerment program actually for all the ladies involved, and it actually promotes healthy competition.
Wow.
So all the ladies in it, we know we're competing for the crown, so you get crowned in the final event, but we're all really supportive of each other. Nice. And we have Zoom calls every week, and each Zoom call discusses a topic. So for example, it might be coaching on empowerment, which is amazing. Because it's a pageant as well, there's a little bit of beauty in there, but it's making the best out of yourself. Lovely. And enhancing your features rather than changing who you are, because we all see it on social media. Everyone's trying to change, well, not everyone, but some people.
Absolutely. Some kids these days, they won't even put a photo up unless there's a filter on it.
Exactly.
I was watching something the other day, and this young man was just like absolutely, the thought of putting a photo up without a filter just horrified him.
Yeah, and that's really disheartening for me, because I mean, I even post it on my social media. I don't filter my photographs. I might brighten things up if it's a cloudy day, because then you can see visually things a bit more. But no, I'm not going to be doing that. We all deserve to show who, you know, authentic selves, what we've been given, you know, and
feel good about it. You know, feel proud about it. It's so hard, isn't it? And especially when you're a young person, a young teenager. You know, I think about back when I was, you know, in my early teens, and you know, I was stunning and had such an amazing figure. I wish I had the confidence that I have now that I'm 3 times bigger. And do you know what I mean? It's like, it's always the same way, isn't it? You know. But,
well, I think you're beautiful, Miranda.
Oh, thank you.
You're
so much.
oozing that energy.
I don't know about that. Let's moving on swiftly. What I wanted to talk about though was that the program, and that you also, you looking for some kind of sponsorship. Is that still the case?
Yeah, it's still the case. I've had a few companies that have, you know, perhaps contact me, but I've not heard yet. I think maybe, you know, everyone's quite busy these days. It's possible that they may come back to me, but there's nothing definitive yet. And the sponsorship, it's basically to cover the operational costs of the pageant.
Yeah.
Because the women that run the pageant, so Yanela is the main organiser, they put their heart and soul and so much time.
Yeah.
And they're supporting us, and whenever we need them, if we need like a one-to-one support, they'll just put an hour aside. Incredible. And they've got really busy lives. They've got other things, like Yanela's a runner as well. She runs marathons. And I'm like, wow, how would you fit all that with 2 autistic boys? Yeah. She's amazing.
Yeah, incredible.
And so, you know, they need that support. So it's not going to go anywhere but the operational costs.
Sure.
But what companies would get for it if they sponsor, and it's only £100, they would get their company website and banner posted on the Miss Africa UK website as well. And then the final event, which I'll tell you about in a minute, the glamorous final event, they have their company logo and the banners that are on display there.
Amazing.
So
it's a great opportunity for just £100, and I know there are a lot of businesses out there that could afford to do this.
Yes.
And you know, what a great thing to support as well. So tell us about the final event.
So the final event, so it's actually held in Manchester.
Okay, nice. Because that's where you're from originally.
I'm from, yes. Yeah. And the coordinator of the event and the event, the founder, is also living there right now. So it's over there. It's in a hotel called the Lowry, named after the artist Lowry, for those who know him.
The Stickman.
Yeah. And it's in a 5-star hotel. It's a glam event. You've got to wear like ball gowns and dinner jackets. You have prosecco on arrival, a 3-course dinner, and you have entertainment. You have a famous comedian. If you're South African, there's a comedian called Ten Jiwe. For South Africans out there who might know her, she's going to be hosting the event with another MC who's a DJ, and there'll be obviously some comedy there, and then live entertainment, music, and then you'll get to see the finalists such as ourselves showcasing what we're going to wear. So we have to wear a traditional African outfit. So I'm representing Mauritius. I'm going to be dressing in the folklore style Mauritian wear. I might even be dancing as well, if depending on whether it's permitted. Who knows? And then we also have to wear a gown, and it's all about not necessarily what you wear, it's about how you carry yourself.
Amazing. And how many women are taking part?
There's 13 finalists in total. So
that's incredible. It's going to be an amazing night. So if I wanted just to go along as a member of general public, can we do that?
You can
anyone go?
Anyone can come along. In fact, it's all listed on my website. It's probably the easiest place to go. So shall I tell everyone?
Yeah, please.
So that's www.vanessabright as one word.co.uk, and there's an image saying save the date on there. If you click on that, it will take you straight to tickets, and you can book them online, or you can call the number that's listed on the website.
Excellent. We've also shared this on our Ujima socials as well, so you can find them on there. But do go to Vanessa's website. It's nice to give her a bit of traffic on that as well. So it's just really exciting to be part of it, and so fantastic to see how it's empowering women, and it's just such a different take on what we normally see. We see a lot of things about young children taking part in pageantries, and it can be so hardcore in the competition, and it's not healthy, is it? So fantastic fantastic to see this really being taken on. And the winner of last year's pageant, she was representing Senegal, I believe.
Yes, that's
and
right.
then she got onto national television. She got onto Good Morning ITV, which is amazing,
it's
isn't
amazing.
it?
So could be me, who knows,
Well,
but
it just shows the popularity and the support of what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the important take from that, which is amazing.
Totally. Yeah.
So you're also you're an incredibly talented woman, I have to say. You've got many strings to your bow.
Thank you.
One of the other strings that you've got is that you're an incredible singer-songwriter. Absolutely amazing. Explain to our listeners what kind of genre you
so the umbrella genre would be soul. However, I'm going to tell you this now, I've created a new genre.
Okay.
Because
I love this.
I know it's kind of not what people traditionally do, but I'm a pioneer. I like to create new things. So I've created a new genre called free soul.
Tell me more. I'm getting comfortable, right? Yeah.
And what it's about, because when I'm releasing my album in December, as I've mentioned to you, but on that album you've got different styles of soul. It's not like the same sound.
Okay.
And what I've done is I've just basically tapped into my authentic self, into my soul, and whatever feels like you're really getting into what you truly love in life and the sounds that you love. And you do it in a way that's free, rather than thinking more about this is how I need to do it. It's more about really going deep. And it's kind of from a spiritual place, because that's, I have my own spiritual beliefs, like universal laws, etc. For those people, listeners, there'll be some that can resonate with that. So, that's what it is. It's more like it's a free soul, basically.
Should we have a listen to one of them?
Yes.
Why don't, and then we'll come back and have a little chat. Let's have a little listen to my favourite one, which is called Get Gone.
Great, thank you.
Let's have a listen. You're listening to The Word here on Ujima Radio, and we've got Vanessa Bright live here in the studio, and this is one of her songs.
Get gone when you've been so mean to me, and the truth you can't see, as it'll always set you free. Get gone, you don't value what you see, but you think I couldn't leave, though I have set myself free. I was there for you, made you better, 'cause I'd do anything for you. Slaved to be my best, and all the rest, you were just too good to be true. Get gone when you've been so mean to me, and the truth you cannot see, as it'll always set you free. Get gone, you don't value what you see, but you think I could leave, though I have set myself free. I'm gonna bounce. I gave you all my soul. Wrote numerous R&B songs, but you told me that my beats were wrong. It was all make-believe, so don't mind me. I believe in you, so please get gone. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna bounce.
Welcome back. You are listening to the beautiful free soul sounds of our guest here today, which is Vanessa Bright. Really, truly beautiful song. Tell us a little bit about it, Vanessa.
Sure, yeah. So this specific tune, so I wrote the song, wrote the lyrics. You can hear some synth sounds in there, and then most of it was written by me. And the chords that you hear in there, like the piano chords, that was actually written by Anders Olinda. He's quite a well-known musician in Bristol, actually. He's worked with Deep Purple's Glenn Hughes. He toured with him for 6 years, and he works with some other celebrity artists. He's performed for Sade as well.
Wow,
he's amazing.
Amazing. I used to work with Sade's husband. Well, they're not together now, but going back many years, Robert Elms used to be married to Sade. It's a small world.
It is, yeah.
Well, it is in the music industry. What's most important to you? You know, what is it you really aspire to do? What do you feel like if you could choose? You know, would it be the life coaching or the pageantry or the singing, the songwriting? What would you really like to be doing?
Yeah, I think music is definitely number one for me. Life coaching I love doing because I get to help other people, and that's really rewarding. Because especially after COVID happened, there's many people struggling out there.
Tell me about it.
And there's a lot of people, like some of my clients that come to me, they're just not understood about what's happening. So I give them that space to be them. I get them to express themselves. So I do love that job too. But music is what I think about every single day. It's my passion.
Yeah, I can see that.
And I even dream it sometimes. Sometimes I dream a song up and I wake up and I'm like, gotta get that down.
I know. Honor Lee, who used to be a very good friend of mine and sang for Ronnie Size, she's an incredible singer-songwriter. She used to say the same. She'd literally dream a song, wake up and have to write it down. How amazing is that? That's incredible. So that was Get Gone that we just listened to. Before we end up and play the last song, I just wanted to talk about some incredible work that you're doing, which is trying to raise money for a charity. I was hoping you could tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so this is part of the pageantry rules as well, is that we have to raise money for a charity of our choice that's close to our heart. And the charity that I'm going to raise money for is called SARSAS.
Okay.
They're Bristol based and they help women who have gone through domestic violence, domestic abuse, etc. And just a little bit about them, why I want to do that. I've actually had to use their services myself.
Sorry to hear that.
And so it's very close to my heart.
Yeah, of course.
But also it's up to potentially between 9 months and a year plus a waiting list to get counselling services with them. Wow. And when you're in that state where you've gone through all that type of abuse, and often you're on your own because nobody really understands you. I've had that happen in my life. It's too long of a wait. I want to get that down. I want to get the waiting list down as low as possible so people can be seen right away.
Do you think these kind of waiting lists have always been there, or is this something that's happened since the pandemic? I know that I've been trying to get counselling for, now I feel bad talking about it on the radio, but for my son. You know, a lot of people know he's been unwell, but I just think it's got to that point now. But that, you know, unless he's slitting his wrists or self-harming, that you're not considered at risk enough to get counselling, and it's just incredibly difficult.
Yeah, it is, and I think it's even happened before the pandemic, but I do believe what I'm seeing, it's my own personal experience, what I'm seeing, it has got a bit worse.
Really?
And people, they're really doing their best. SARSAS are absolutely amazing. They have a support line as well you can call.
Great.
But they don't have the funds, I think, to have a support line all the time. I think it's certain times of the day. And you can't, you know, if you're going through something like that, you can't just go, right, between 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock, I'm going to call them. You need them right away, really.
Of course you do. And you never know when that moment's going to be that you actually get that opportunity. Sorry, the name of it, what's it called, the charity?
It's called SARSAS, so it's SARSAS.
Great, thank you. So how are you raising money? And if someone's listening and they want to help and donate, what can they do?
Yeah, so I'm currently, because this is like early stages of doing it, I'm currently in touch with their fundraising manager, and together we are creating like a media package, as in, you know, what to present to the rest of the world about what we're doing, and it'll be done via Just Giving, a Just Giving page.
Fantastic.
So I'll open that up, I'll put it on all my social media. You can find me pretty much everywhere. Well,
let us know and we'll make sure that we share it here on Ujima as well.
Oh, sure, yes, thank you. Yeah,
absolutely.
that would be great. Thanks so much.
No, well, best of luck. Best of luck with the final. I cannot wait to see how you get on. You're stunning, so I have every faith in you being our winner. Let's wrap up by listening to this other song which I've chosen. I'm sorry, I actually fell in love with a couple of the songs. So this one called called Keep Your Spirits High. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, this track, another one that was one of my favourites, actually. So this track, Keep Your Spirits High, features Tom Brown. And some people might know Tom Brown. He released a hit in the 80s called Funking for Jamaica.
We play it on here all the time.
Oh, I love that track.
I'm not going to start singing going, Funking for Jamaica. It's such a good tune.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So how on earth did that come around?
It was actually during the pandemic. So there were some negatives of the pandemic, but there were also some positives. Everyone was staying at home, weren't they? I started networking with different people, sending messages out, because I created my very first track, that's Moving On, which is the name of the album that's coming out in December. And I parked it for a while. I didn't do anything with it. It was like gathering dust, so to speak, but digitally. And it's after then. So I sent Moving On to various different people. Jill Saywood is actually one of them from Shack Attack. She received Moving On, and she did a cover. So you'll see two versions out there.
Wow, amazing.
And I sent that track to Tom Brown. Just via a message.
Isn't that amazing?
And it's amazing that he responded, actually. But he had been following a bit of my work as well, which I was surprised about.
But that's just incredible. It just shows what you can achieve when you just put yourself out there. Do you know what I mean?
Does, yeah,
it's just
really
amazing.
Does.
I'm so chuffed. We've run out of time, I'm afraid. So just tell us a little bit about the song and introduce it for us.
Yeah, so it's Keep Your Spirits High. It's got a smooth jazz feel, and it's by myself, Vanessa Bright, Tom Brown and Anders Olinda.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Miranda.
Insane life makes you wonder sometimes, how can we thrive? We gotta do what we always do to keep the spirits high. Power ourselves, yeah. Events cannot control. Let our emotions flow and keep our spirits high. Yeah. Shoo-be-doo-wah-ba-ba-ba-ba-na-na-na. Shoo-be-doo-wah-ba-ba-ba-ba-na-na-na. Keep your spirits high. Keep your spirits high. Keep your spirits high. Listen to your soul and keep your spirits high. Time will come to rise. Yeah. It's about time. It's about cease to be blind. Let's remove this chaos. Keep our spirits high. Yeah. So keep your spirits high.
listening to the beautiful vocals and the singer-songwriter Vanessa Bright, also featuring Tom Brown. An amazing song, an amazing guest. What a lovely, lovely woman. Really great to have her on the show. You can follow her on socials or go to her website, vanessabright.co.uk. And if you know of a business that will support her, she's just looking for sponsors just for £100. Again, all the details are on her website. So support our Miss Mauritius, Miss Bristol. How amazing is that? Okay, so you're listening to The Word here on Ujima Radio.